Hi, good evening. I'm Stephen Breton Williams. I just thought I'd take a little minute to further introduce myself and thank you all for coming. So, I'm the third Stephen in my family on my dad's side. My mom and dad met from Cleveland, Tennessee, which is a small town north of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And they moved down to Athens, Georgia, where I was born, and then moved over to Canton, Georgia, where I was raised pretty much most of my life. Now, I went and finished high school there, went over to the University of Tennessee, transferred over to the University of North Georgia, and began an interest in cinema studies and pharmaceutical sales. So I was raised in Canton, Georgia pretty much my whole life. I went to a private school from pre-K to second grade and wanted to meet some kids that were around my area. So I decided to tell my mom, hey, can I go to public school? She thought it was a good idea. And it was a little hard at first, getting to know the new system. Little kids somewhat were a little rough around the edges. So it was kind of different, but I'm glad I did it. I kind of challenged myself to kind of try to outshine some kids in the room, which was productive for me. I basically finished out high school there and decided to go to the University of Tennessee. Now, going out of state was a big decision. I mean, you're basically starting over. It's you know nobody, you're living in a completely different state for a whole year. I'm glad I took on this challenge, but it came with a lot of good and bad. I didn't get to see a lot of family, a lot of friends, but I made a lot of new friends and got a lot of new experience that I'm glad I took on. In the end, I knew that Georgia was a better place to live altogether. So by the end of my freshman year, I decided to transfer to the University of North Georgia. When I transferred to North Georgia, I loved it going back in the state. Began taking some cinema classes, which really got me interested in the cinema world. This was good, but in the end, I knew it wasn't going to be my end career. So I was talking to my mom, and she does pharmaceutical sales, and she say I would be a great pharmaceutical sales rep. So I've been focusing on getting my communications degree and going in that field. I always listen to my mom very closely. She gave an advice to me since I was really young, saying, there is no right or wrong path. The only path that makes sense is the path that makes you most happy. And I've always stuck by that growing up, and it made me the person that I am today. Anyways, thank you again for all coming out today, and I appreciate it, and nice to meet you all.